Hong Kong is a highly modernized city. Most machines used in industry or commerce are driven by electricity. At home, many household appliances are also driven by electricity. The refrigerator, the rice cooker, the microwave cooker, the electric kettle, the washing machine, the iron, the television set, and the air conditioner are large electrical appliances. Smaller items include the torch, the radio, the alarm clock, and the electric razor. Have you noticed what their source of electricity is? There are two main sources of electricity for these appliances. Batteries and dry cells fall in one category. The other source of electricity is the mains supplied by power companies. The ability of an electrical source to drive a current is known as voltage. The unit of voltage is known as the volt. The symbol is V. The device used to measure voltage is known as a voltmeter. The magnitude of the electric current is measured in terms of ampere. The symbol is A. The device used to measure the electric current is known as an ammeter. The voltage of a normal dry cell is 1.5 volts. The voltage of two connected dry cells is 3 volts. For the same electrical appliance, the electric current generated increases with the voltage of the source. Look at this light bulb. Compare its brightness when connected to one dry cell with that when connected to 4 dry cells. Is there a great difference? Have you noticed what's required to light up the bulb? Besides an electricity source, connecting wires made of metal are essential. The connecting wire connects the positive end of the battery with one side of the bulb, and the negative end of the battery with the other side of the bulb, forming a closed loop. The electric current flows from the positive end of the source through the electrical appliance to the negative end of the battery. The electric current flows in a fixed direction. This is known as direct current, or DC. In many small appliances, small batteries are used as the source of power. The amount of electricity required for domestic electrical appliances is large. Batteries have limited energy supply. They are seldom used in large appliances. We have to use the electricity from the mains supplied by power companies. Electricity from the mains is supplied continuously by power companies. The voltage is much higher than that of batteries, up to 200 to 220 volts. A stronger electrical current is generated to drive the large appliances. The electric current from this source is not a direct current. It is an alternating current instead. The symbol for alternating current is AC. A closed AC circuit is also made up of 3 parts: an appliance, a source of electricity, and a piece of connecting wire. What's the difference between an alternating current and a direct current? There's no distinction between the positive end and negative end in an alternating current. The voltage on one side remains unchanged, while that on the other side varies constantly between positive 220 and negative 220 volts. The voltage of the power supply changes rapidly. When the voltage on the right is higher, electric current will flow from the right to the left. Alternatively, when the voltage on the right is lower than that on the left, electric current will flow from the left to the right. The direction of the electric current changes constantly. Hence, this type of electric current is known as alternating current. The situation is similar to that in this U-shaped tube. When the water level on the right is higher, the water will flow from the right to the left. But when the water level on the right is lower than that on the left, the water will flow from the left to the right. This continues in a cycle. Electric current flows back and forth in the circuit. But the change in direction of the current occurs very quickly, reaching as often as 50 times per second. In Hong Kong, the power supply most commonly used in the office, factory or at home is AC power supply available from sockets on the wall. We can easily make use of various types of electrified services. From such an AC power supply, we can easily make use of various types of electrified services. Appliances using AC power supply have to get electricity through a plug. This is a common 3-pin plug. The pin in blue on the right of the plug is inserted in the hole for the unchanged voltage. This is known as the neutral pin. The pin in brown is inserted in the hole for the ever-changing voltage. This is known as the live pin. The pin on the top is connected to the earth wire. Similarly, there are 3 wires in a flex. The brown one is the live wire. The blue one is the neutral wire, while the yellow and green one is the earth wire. They should be connected respectively with the live pin, the neutral pin and the earth pin of the plug. The flex should be firmly grasped by the wire holder. If the holder holds only 1 or 2 wires, the wires may loosen easily and cause danger. What is the use of the earth wire? Why is the earth pin thicker and longer than the other pins? Some electrical appliances, like this hairdryer, are covered by metal casings. When these appliances are in use, should the live wire come into contact with the metal casing, electrical leakage will occur. If a person comes in contact with the appliances at this moment, meanwhile touching a water pipe or other object connected to the ground, an electric current will flow through the body, leading to an electric shock which may be fatal. Where the metal casing of an appliance is earthed, the electric current that arises from contact with the live wire will be transmitted immediately through the earth wire to the ground. The user of the appliance is protected. The earth pin of a plug is longer than the other pins. So when a plug is placed into a socket, the earth pin will come into contact with the earth wire first. The danger of electrical leakage can therefore be avoided. Moreover, In order to protect the electrical appliances from damage and to prevent potential fire hazards due to overloading, fuses are installed in many appliances and the circuit boards at home. A fuse installed in an electrical appliance is a piece of metallic wire of a low melting point, which allows only a limited amount of current to flow through. A sudden influx of current over the limit results in a rapid rise in the temperature of the fuse wire. The wire then burns and the current is cut off. Note that a fuse wire is usually connected with the live wire of the flex. The electric current will then pass through the fuse first. When the current suddenly increases and burns the fuse, the appliance will be disconnected from the live wire immediately. This small piece of fuse wire cannot be used in domestic circuits because the current is too strong. In some old buildings, a fuse wire is coiled around a piece of porcelain and connected to the live wire of a flex. If the fuse is burnt, a lot of effort is necessary to replace it with another wire. The electromagnetic circuit breaker is used in newly constructed buildings. When the electric current flowing through this switch increases suddenly, the electromagnetic force of the coil in the circuit breaker becomes stronger and pushes open the metal lever that connects the circuit. The circuit is then open and the household electrical appliances are protected against accidents. Electricity is quite dangerous, as the voltage of the AC power supply is up to 200 to 220 volts. Therefore, sockets, plugs, flexes, switches and the handheld portions of electrical appliances should be coated with insulators so that the user can be separated from the live wire. In case of accidents, such as the fuming or burning of wires or sockets, the relevant branch switch or the main switch has to be turned off immediately. A carbon dioxide fire extinguisher should then be used to put out the fire. Water is not recommended in this case because water is a conductor which may lead to an electric shock. Never attempt to touch an electrical appliance with wet hands. When you see someone caught by an electric shock, don't try to push him away with your hands because this will make you a victim of electric shock as well. You should cut the power supply off immediately or use a wooden stick to separate the victim from the mains. Then send the victim to the hospital immediately for treatment. In short, we can avoid accidents if we handle electrical appliances with care. To ensure safety in the household use of electricity, the government has set up a number of safety regulations. It is a rule to only use 3-pin plugs that comply with relevant safety standards. This is a 5 ampere plug. It can be used in an appliance with a maximum of 1100 watts. Table lamps and electric blenders are common examples. This is a 13 ampere plug. It can be used in an appliance with a maximum of 2860 watts. Toasters and vacuum cleaners are common examples. This is a 15 ampere plug. It can be used in an appliance with a maximum of 3300 watts. We have to use this type of plug for electric heaters and electric ovens. This type of 2-pin plug is solely for the use of shavers. A plug should have markings showing the wiring connection, current rating, voltage rating, and the standard with which the plug complies. Don't use any 2-pin plug other than for a shaver. And don't use broken or burnt plugs. Some 13-ampere plugs may have insulating sleeves on the pins. It's much safer to use this kind of plug. Extra care should be taken when using adapters. Always use 3-pin adapters. Don't use this type of 2-pin adapter. The adapter should match the pins of the plug. The current rating of the adapter should also be the same as that of the plug. These are adapters of 5 amperes, 13 amperes, and 15 amperes. The adapters should have the data of the standards, current rating, and voltage rating marked on the surface. Never insert a plug of a higher current rating, such as 13 ampere, into an adapter of a lower current rating, such as 5 ampere. This is very dangerous. And don't use adapters with irregular holes, or adapters with only 2 holes. When choosing an adapter, note if the adapter is fixed with shutters. It is much safer to use adapters with shutters. An adapter will be overloaded if it is connected with a large number of appliances. It may give out fumes or catch fire. You should also choose electrical appliances with reference to the following principles. The Electrical Products Safety Regulation governs the supply of domestic electrical appliances in Hong Kong. When choosing electrical appliances, make sure that the voltage rating, frequency, current rating or power rating, model number, name of manufacturer and trademark are marked on the product or on an accompanying notice. The appliance must be fixed with a 3-pin plug of suitable design and rating to ensure safety. Appliances with double insulating design usually have this sign marked on the casing. An electrical appliance should be accompanied by a suitable operation manual. An appropriate warning must be given if there are special operational requirements. Appliances of 110 volts should not be connected to a local power supply. A warning label against this hazard should be attached. The installation and connection of electrical appliances should be safe and appropriate so that under normal operation the appliances will be stable and not overheat. The regulation also stipulates that all domestic appliances must comply with the safety requirements set out in the regulation. Suppliers are also required to ensure that their products have certificates of safety compliance before they launch the product on the market.